Hi, I'm Christina.
I'm Maya
from
Bookworm Dreams, and welcome to a new video. So today we're going to wrap up what we read in the month of November, right? So how many books did you read?
So, oh wait, okay, 5.
You read 5.
I read 5 books in November. However, I forgot to mention in our October wrap up 2 books, so you're gonna get 7 books from me.
All right.
This time.
I read more than I thought I would. I thought I only read like 4, but I read 7 books.
Oh,
so that was an interesting surprise yesterday. Right. So for all the books that I've read, I read 1 sci-fi book, 2 fantasy romance, 1 nonfiction, and 1 graphic novel. That might be 8 because I maybe put 2 books and whatever.
I think you did.
I did.
I think you put.
But
1
yeah,
book.
these are general genres that I read.
Yeah.
What are you?
Mine are 2 romance books, 2 SF books, and 2 fantasy books.
All right.
No, 3 fantasy books.
All
Sorry.
right. So you start with your leftovers.
October, yes, leftovers. So I forgot to mention that I read Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. So this is a professor PhD student romance. However, they are not like they don't work together. They're not like she is not in his classes or anything like that. So like it's okay. They're just she's the graduate and he's the professor. However, they do work in a similar area, like a similar field. It's, I think, in some STEM sciences. So the girl is called Olive, and she's a bit awkward. She's, like sunshiny, and everything starts off with her kind of breaking off with her, not boyfriend, just like a fling, and her roommate kind of hitting it off with that fling. And Olive was like, I don't care, he was just a fling and stuff like that. So in order for to help her roommate kind of be with that guy, she kisses a random person.
Okay.
And that person is this professor.
All right.
Called Adam.
Okay.
Who is very like grumpy, awkward, not really good with like social encounters and stuff like that. But they start hitting it off, and it's a fake dating trope because so she wants to help her roommate, best friend, kind of get the guy, and he needs to prove that to his university that he will stay there. So like one of the ways he kind of wants to show, because he has a serious relationship, so it's not like he's gonna go off somewhere, and that's like where everything starts. And I really liked it. It had like some funny scenes. Like he is well built. Like and there were like some very funny awkward scenes, like with that, and just it was just a nice time reading it. It wasn't like anything blowing my mind, but it was fun actually seeing like a new setting where it's like it's the university, it's STEM sciences, which you don't get usually. So like that was a nice change.
Cool.
So yeah.
What's the second book?
Right, I have 2 books. Sorry. The second book is Fugitive Telemetry by Martha Wells, which is the 6th book in the Murder
Bond. Is that the novel or is that the short one?
No, that's the last one, the novella.
All right.
The new novella. By Martha Wells. So in this one, we basically follow Murderboard as it solves a murder on Preservation Station, and I don't know what happened here. Like, I still love Murderbot, like the sarcasm and like just general love-hate relationship with humans is beautiful. Like it's
fun to read.
It's really fun to read, but I didn't have as much fun with it as I did with the previous books. I don't know why. I also saw you gave it 3 stars, just like me. I don't know if it was like because I was reading it on audio and I wasn't paying that much attention to it or something. Like, I'm not sure what happened here, but it's just like it didn't fall flat, but it just wasn't as, I guess, exciting as all the others. So yeah.
My sort of feeling about that book was kind of iffy because I read it after I read the novel, but that the way the story is told, that novella is supposed to go before the novel. So I was like, well, we've moved away from this place. Why are we back here? Kind of feeling. But
Okay. Yeah.
right. So the first book I want to mention is a what do you call it? Paranormal romance with dragon shifters called Grigori by Lawrence Smith. Lawrence Smith. Yes. So I was at some point like in some weird mood. I wanted to read like dragon shifter romance, and I found this book. Everybody's saying it's really really good, and it's not. And, I mean, to me, I felt it was very cringy, and it was very, I mean, it had that whole, you know, this dude Grigori is part of like one of the last sort of dragon clans from Russia, right?
Okay.
And now it's in modern times. He has his business and whatnot, and his family is in conflict with another Russian family, and and one day she's like a woman comes into his life. She is a professor of English literature, and she wants to go to Russia. She goes to Russia to sort of to work on her like her PhD or something, some project about dragons in literature and how they came to literature. And then she goes to a museum and finds this book that talks about Grigori's family. And whenever someone touches the books, he gets like a notice. Oh, there's this person looking at your book and at your family. So he's like, okay, let's go see the woman. And then he sees her, and then there turns out that she is his mate. And then stuff happens. And then there's some conflict with the other dragons. But my biggest problem was, it was such cringe dialogue. It was, I mean,
really
awful. I mean, there are some like, because there's like a whole fight between the dragons and whatnot. But I mean, basically, I wrote it in my review on Goodreads that so they spent a week together.
Okay.
And you know, after a week of them, he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to meet our new child because he can smell that she's pregnant." And I was like, "Dude, no." And I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
And then I moved on.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So my first fantasy read was Gunmetal Magic by Ilona Andrews. This is the 5.5 book in the series. So this one is a full novel, and it follows Andrea. I'm not sure even what happened in the K. Daniel series at this point. Because I forgot, it's between the 5th and the 6th book. I don't even remember what it was. But she is kind of in a fight with Raphael. They kind of, you know, split up. And obviously we again have a murder that's going on. This is also like some creepy fantasy being that they're trying to find. It was okay, but I found like Kate and Coran really kind of not vibe well, just kind of cancel each other out well, you know, while Andrea and Raphael, both being hyenas, are very like possessive and like impulsive, and like it felt too much almost, like because there was a lot of talk, but he's my mate, I want him. It was like a lot of like that, but at the same time she refused to kind of be with him until he understands her side of the story. So like again, it wasn't like she was gonna give up everything to be with him without him understanding why she left, because there was
she left at some point.
Yeah, because like it's a part of the story where she stays with the order rather than going with the pack. Like she chooses not to be with the pack.
Okay.
So like that was like
one of the conflicts, right?
Yeah, but like it was you know, fine to read like on audio while you're like walking the dog. So it's like you know, you don't have to be, you know, very invested or anything. You just, you know, it flows like with every Ilona Andrews book. Like it just flows. So it's easy to listen to. So yeah.
Okay. So the next book I read was When We Were Magic by Sarah Gailey, and we do have a review of that, so you can go check it out. It's in the description box and somewhere here. Basically, this is a book about, it's a coming of age story of a group of friends who have magic. And they, in the first couple of sentences, we find out that one of the friends kills a boy. And now the rest of the book is basically getting rid of the body and dealing with the consequences of that. You can check out the review. It was fun read. I really liked it.
She renewed her faith in Sarah Gailey with this book. So
I was
an Echo Wife.
An Echo Wife, yes. But this was like a confirmation of like, okay, yes, like this is an author that I enjoy and I am going to continue read more of. So yeah.
It's okay. So is it my turn now?
Yes.
Oof. Okay, now I have, okay. So another book that we both read, and this was for our book club. And do you have the entire, okay.
I do.
So, New Suns, original speculative fiction by people of color by Nissi Scholl, edited by Nissi Scholl. I don't remember any authors, but basically it's...
Rebecca Ronhorst.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh,
but the only one
I remember. Yeah.
No, they were really cool
Darcy Lil Badger.
Yes.
She was there. But anyways, there was a bunch of
Japanese.
POC authors. Yeah. And basically it's a collection of short stories with like... There isn't even
it's
speculative fiction.
So there was science fiction, there was fantasy, there was magical realism, there were so many different stories. So each story is it's like a mixed bag of short stories. That's in every short story collection.
I think we expected to be more SF.
Yes.
Rather than pure speculative. So we were kind of lost with some of the stories, but some of the stories were absolutely brilliant, and I can't remember the one that we all agreed, all four of us agreed it was the best one.
Which one? You can't remember? I can't remember.
It was like so long ago, but I'll check what the stories are. So I'm doing the video, so I'll write it down for you which one we like best. But I remember it was so good, and I can't even remember what it was. That was so bad.
The only one I remember, I remember the one with translating, which I really liked.
Oh, that was a good one. I remember the first one with the aliens coming to Earth. The tourism, alien tourism on Earth. Yeah, that was really cool. That was a good one.
Yeah, there are many stories, so if you get a chance, definitely check it out.
It's a really good read, definitely.
Yeah. So the next book I want to mention, I read book 3 in the Wraith Kings series, because there is going to be a fourth one, by Grace Draven, and that is the Ippos King. In which we follow, oh my god, I don't know anybody's name again. Lord. All right, so we follow Shah Anuset. She is Brisham's second in command. So basically, this is book 3 in the Wraith King series. The Wraith Kings
that's the Radiance one?
Yes, Radiance. So this is the so book 1 is Radiance, in which you follow Brisham as he marries Ildiko. Both of them are from different races and spare royals from their families. And we follow their romance as they basically become friends, and then from that become lovers, and work together to save stuff in the second book, right? So in the first one we first meet Shah Anuset. She is Brisham's second in command, and we meet another human. I mean Anuset and Brisham are some other people, and the other human we meet is he's like a duke, but they have a name for it. Of the it's a neighboring kingdom, and they're not really all that friendly, but the Duke dude and Brisham are really friendly. And
he's very charming.
And he's very charming. I cannot remember his name right now. But anyway, so basically we follow, in the second book, there is a big battle between with our characters against some demons. And in that battle, they lost a friend. So in the third book, basically the plot is to to take the body of this friend who has died to his monk order, and on that way stuff happens. Now my advice to you is do not read the summary on Goodreads, because it basically tells you just the last third of the book, not the first part. So basically so when you read the summary, I'm like, okay, but isn't this thing supposed to happen? And the thing that's supposed to happen happens literally in the last 30% of the book. But basically the two characters that we follow, the romance that we follow, they're very different, and he's very, very, he is very charming, and he just immediately is like, I like you. And then she's like, no.
I think he's the sunshine and she's the grumpy one.
Sort of, yes. Yeah. But she's very reluctant to start this with him, and it was really cool. I really liked reading it. It was really fun. Yeah. And technically there is a fourth book. But there isn't a date or anything or a summary or nothing. It's just a picture on Goodreads. So, yeah.
Okay.
And I have to mention another book, which is Everyone You Hate Is Going to Die. This is a book by a comedian called Daniel Sloss, where he writes about his life and different various topics that concern him, because he's been in a lot of things and connected to a lot of things. So there is, since he's a comedian, there's of course lots of funny stuff and everything, but there is some serious mentions of sexual assault and his sister. So if you don't know who Daniel Sloss is, my recommendation is for you to check out on Netflix his 2 comedy specials. One of them revolves around his sister. His sister had some kind of disease that left her in a wheelchair, and she died when he was very young. So basically his relationship with his sister and how it affected his comedy and his way of looking at life and stuff. And it's really funny if you like that kind. He's very sort of a bit dark humored, but you know, it was a really fun book to read. So definitely check it out. And also, it's a new one. It's from last month.
Oh, really?
So I was like,
way to go!
Finally, reading something that came out this year.
Okay.
This is our wrap up. If you have read any of the books that we have, please do share your thoughts down below in the comments. What else?
Please like, share, subscribe, press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post new videos.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.